Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for none other than my Clarity Empress Collective. I hope everybody is well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section and the chat and let me know if the reading resonates with you. All right, I'm about to get started. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. What's up, collective? Missed you. I think I got on. What I got on last night? Was it Thursday? I don't know. I just know I missed y'all, and here I am. And I hope you are well. So, let's get started. Garbage. Okay. So the download message is that the slate is currently being cleaned. Reciprocal energy, reciprocal love, reciprocal wealth, reciprocal blessings, prosperity, abundance is on the way. Okay? Thank you. Okay. Alright, where's my deck? My money deck. Oh, here it is. So let's talk about, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? You here to claim them blessings? I know that's right. I know that's right. So guess what? Oh, hey, right? Hey, Tanacha, Ralph. Appreciate y'all coming. Thanks for the views. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Oh, Tanika. Oh, we got. Oh, Tanisha and Tanika. Tanika, I remember you. I believe you were here before. Tanika Aston. If not, welcome. If it's your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. Appreciate y'all. Tanisha. Ah, thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Hi, Tanisha. All right, Spirit. These blessings is coming in. I think it has a lot to do with this Lunar New Year. I know I'm in a situation now where the slate is currently being cleaned. So, like, I feel like my timeline is being cleansed as literally as we speak. So, all right, Spirit, tell me what's up with the collective? What they need to know? Ooh, surprise. Unexpected turn can bring positive change. Be ready for the change. Listen. Speaks to me. I hope it speaks to you. I'm getting an unexpected change. I can feel it. I see it. I know it. So if that's resonating with you and you resonate with the same kind of energy, we got some big things ahead of us, okay? Some beautiful things. Tell me more, Spirit. Ooh, star power. Becoming an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity. Hey, step into the spotlight. Okay, you a star. Okay. 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 All right, tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Tell me more. Oop. I mean, one at a time. Thank you. Ooh, opportunity. Okay, so the star power is in the current energy. So that means you are radiating some sort of energy that's gaining attention, right? It's putting you in the spotlight. You're getting noticed, right? Even if that situation hasn't arisen or the opportunity hasn't yet presented itself, it currently is brewing because you are currently being noticed. no matter what you do. So if it's at work, if it's at your own business, if it's if you're on YouTube or some sort of social media platform, whatever, you're being noticed, right? And then we got opportunity. Now this is in a hidden energy. This is the get. This is what Spirit is saying, is that there are some things that haven't come to you yet. Even if you got some good news, Spirit said there's more to come because it hasn't been presented just yet. It says new job opportunities, change of workplace or business trip, change is coming and just in time. I received that. Now, what's the challenge in the lesson? Because there may be some challenges and it may not be. Well, let's see. Any more, Spirit? One at a time. Gambling. Okay, so this is the challenge in the lesson. Excessive gambling can have dangerous consequences. Don't risk too much. So Spirit says basically you have to be strategic. Be careful with the choices that you make. Don't take too much of risk. Don't put everything all on one thing. You know how they do in a casino. People get hot. They're on fire. Then they want to bet it all. Do not bet it all. Be very strategic. Plant a couple seeds. Let's see what sprouts. Several may. You know what I mean? Several may sprout. But don't overdo it. Don't take, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful. That's what it is. That's the lesson. All right, and the likely outcome, Spirit. Independence. Manage money yourself. Independence guarantees security. Don't depend on others. Okay, so if you coming out of a situation that may have had some codependency stuff, this is more about you stepping into your own, making your own decision. Now, independence, and this card is also, it could also mean interdependence, right? And if you don't know the difference, I'll explain. Interdependence could mean that, let's say you're in a household and you work, but you contribute to the bills. It's not that you are codependent on anyone, but everyone chips in, does their part for the greater good of all that inhabit that space, right? So think about a lot of grown kids that still live at home. They would be considered interdependent if they are contributing to the household, but they are still independent in that they make their own decisions and they have autonomy over their bodies, their life and all of that. So don't take it as you have to be on your own completely, because no man is an island. We need each other. Community needs each other, but sometimes we also need to be independent, make decisions on our own that for our best interest, if that makes sense. And bottom of the deck, ooh, we closing doors. Says no good job opportunity. The current job is coming to the end. Start all over again. This right here being the overall energy is because we let stuff go. You closed the door. You closed the door to something that you didn't need anymore. Like you had to let something go in order for the newness to come. That's what typically happens in awakenings. That's what happens before the new beginning. You gotta close the door. You gotta close the door. I'll give you an example. Even in relationships, I used to work with an elder friend of mine, and she explained to me that she had left her husband at the time. I think her son was 11, and she had left him when she was still pregnant. And she realized he wasn't much of a man for her. And she said she just walked out. She just told him, leave or whatever, and left the relationship completely. But then she didn't divorce him. And then she wanted companionship. And I said, well, how will you explain to a new person that you want what you say you want, but you never close the door on what you said you didn't want? You have to close the door, right? In order to have a new beginning, you're going to have to shut those doors to let stuff go. Because who is going to understand, well, you haven't been with this person for 11 years, but you're still technically married. Why, right? And as soon as the ink was final, she went ahead and got the divorce. The ink was final. She moved on into a new situation. It was like Spirit opened the door for her to have that. But all that time, she was being like, and this doesn't happen for everybody, but for her particular situation, it was keeping her stuck because she would not shut the door. Peace, Black Cherry. So keep that in mind. Closed doors help you start new beginnings. You cannot start where you won't finish. You'll stay in a constant cycle with what you need to close out if you refuse to close it out. Okay. All right. Tell me more, Spirit. Ooh, what was that? Oh, you're going to have many choices, or you already have. It says opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at your options. Sometimes we have hidden jewels and opportunities that are meant for us, but we overlook them for whatever reason. We don't think about that. Sometimes, when you unpack it with someone, um, they point it out for you. They'll say, well, you got a talent with such and such. Why wouldn't you do that? You know what I'm saying? Or you could do this on the side, and that could help you that way. Like, there's many options and choices and things that we can be doing to support ourselves, to become the independence that we're meant to be. But sometimes we overlook it because we're stuck in that rut, or we're focused on this one thing and we're not considering things. Spirit says be open to many options and choices, because there are things out there you can do that will improve your circumstances and situations. Tell me about the star power, Spirit. Ooh, money matters. It says expense, save, cut costs, resource plan ahead, make an informed choice, invest your money wisely. Yeah, listen, it is time to I call it taking a forensics of your expenses right now, because that is also how you save a lot of money. Like, I've done it, and I probably can still keep doing it. Like, I'll whittle away, get rid of subscriptions I'm not using. Um, yeah, anything that I'm leaking money that is not active in my life, is not as important to me, is not benefiting me right now in any way, it gotta go. And I realize as I'm talking to you, there's a couple things I could cut out. They may be small things, but things nonetheless I don't need to spend on. So it gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So look at your expenses and see where you can trim that fat. If you ain't watching Netflix and you haven't watched it in 3 months, do you really need 3 months? You know what I mean? Like, if it's not something you're holding on to because you pay attention to it regularly, let it go. It's okay to close the door. You can revisit it later, you know? Um, that's just an example. You do what you need to do. But take forensics. Whatever, excuse me, whatever the opportunity is, it says you're meant to be here. It's the perfect fit. So whatever's starting to come your way, whatever's currently forming for you, is meant to come your way, right? It's like a divine blessing. It's a destiny. It's a fate. It's something that is only meant for you. No one can take it from you. None of that destiny swap stuff. None of that is going to stop you from getting what you deserve, what belongs to you. Okay? Yeah. Tell me more, Spirit. Black cherry. Tell me more, Spirit. Ooh, partnership. Okay. So this is in the challenge and the lesson, right? It says prioritize your connections. Joining forces with business partners for a win-win cooperation. Make sure you prioritize your connections, right? Also, with this being a challenge and lesson in gambling, you gotta have to be very discerning who you partner with, right? Not only do you need to cherish that, you need to prioritize that, but you need to be very discerning about who you are partnering with. Every partner is not for you. And sometimes when we don't do the checklist, when we don't do the background check, when we don't strategize, right? Right, really be discerning. Like, is this first of all, is my energy good with this person, right? Do I trust this person? Do I feel safe with this person? okay, or this business? Do do they bring good ideas to the table, or do they just absorb mine? Right? You look at all aspects based on what you already um know about this person. Is the energy good? That has to be first. That has to be good. Tell me more, spirit. Oh, looking. It says, have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charms. Seek and you will find. Woo! Blessings, y'all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So keep, don't take for granted and investments. Don't take for granted these opportunities. I feel like that's part of the message tonight, is that you have many choices. Okay, you have many opportunities, but there are some that are going to be the perfect fit, and it does require you to be very discerning about the partnerships and the company you keep. I give you an example in my life, right? So my nonprofit reached out to another one so that we could just get the list of vendors for an event that we're going to have in a couple months. And then when I mentioned that to the person, my contact, they said, "Oh, well, we'd like to partner with you." And I was a little skeptical when she said that, because I said, "Well, this is for community, like the public. This is not for your business. And I know you guys do that mainly for your people." And she said, "No, no, no. We could do it for the community at large." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, then that does sound mutually beneficial." But I was skeptical, y'all. I was. So then we proceeded to host a short-term event. I offered. I feel like one hand washed the other. Be reciprocal, right? What you need? You want to go outside? I mean, over there? Okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. I'm starting to understand the cat language. She be talking to me. Anyway, so she said, "Yeah, well, let me out." Um, so we were supposed to do a short term event, and they reneged at the last second, which almost made me look, or I should say, our organization look crazy. Maybe to some it did, but for everyone I spoke to was extremely understanding and really shocked at what the organization did. They pulled out of something, and they shouldn't have done what they did and how they did it. And it was really, really foul. Yet I said, you know what? We're gonna persevere. We're still gonna do it. We'll do it later. We'll figure it out, right? And so there was no way I was going to continue and take a gamble with them in a later project or partnership. There was no way I was going to do that, because they just showed me who they were. If I did that, it would be a gamble. I had to learn the lesson. I had to close the door. This is how it represents to me in a current situation. And that's the only reason why I'm giving you an example. So what ended up happening was that same contact person backed out, because she pretty much knew that they blew it, and said, "Oh, well, we can't do this and we can't do that, but here's the list of vendors that might help you. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks for the list." That's all I had to say. And all I said to her was, "Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted," because I never wanted their partnership to begin with. It was something about them that I didn't want it. It wasn't like they had actually done too much before, but I felt like as things were leading up to it and what they recently had done, that was it. I had to close the door there, right? I had to let that go. People will teach you a lot of lessons, and you have to pay attention to those lessons. And I was able to pivot and get community support so that we can go forward with the plans that we have. So all is never lost, right? As long as you pay attention to the opportunities, as long as here that you are looking, You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to let that sit and just try to do this all by myself. Nope. I got community, and that's what's going to support me. And that's what came out recently to let me know, yes, we can support you. And guess what? We're going to get a couple more. Blessings. Blessings. So that's my personal example. I hope it resonates for you, but we have things to look forward to, and it will give us the independence that we're looking for, right? You know, the independence, the autonomy to make decisions for ourselves in ways we couldn't maybe in previous codependent situations or uncertain situations. So things are changing. That's what I get. Ooh, and a vacation coming up, y'all. It says start a perfect vacation, enjoy the freedom. This is at the bottom of that deck. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That is what I mean. Excuse me, y'all. I need a swig of some juice. So, that's the first set of blessings. What else we got? Oh, come on through, Spirit. Let me get a tarot deck. Here we go. So what's going on with y'all? Give me an example of what you see happening. Those that are still here, what is that? What's going on in your life? What's potential? Just say, is it a job? Is it a business opportunity? Is it travel? Is it a romantic relationship? Like, what is it? Just just give me a one-liner. You ain't gotta tell me all your business. Just let me know you here. I got another business partnership I'm working on, but things just, feel like I'm walking through glue in certain circumstances because things take time to prepare. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Too many cards. I'm not taking all of that. Who is ready for these blessings? Oh, I didn't see y'all was talking. Riz, hello, Riz. Business opportunities having to turn down for many reasons, but keep it on direction. You're building a what? Career and business direction for you. Okay. A lot. Okay. I was like, a Lloyd. I couldn't even put that together. What's a Lloyd? Okay, you build it. Okay, you're building a lot. Mm-hmm. And bite, you said career. Yes. That's beautiful, y'all. There's a lot of stuff coming, y'all. But I know I had to close some doors too, so I get it. Like, this energy resonates. All right, let me move this over a little bit so I can... Right? It do resonate, right? I gotta get my ministries together. Ain't that right, that dude? Cruises with your boo. I know that's right. All right, Spirit. Oh, and that dude, I got the name, but I'm gonna holler at you about that later if you're up. When I'm done. All right, Spirit. Give me a message for the collective. We using light seers right now. Oh, you looking at the front door. This is contemplation energy, that crossroads energy. You about to let go. You letting go. You're letting go. And you make a decision about where's your next move. If you notice on this card, there's a world, or I should say a globe. There's a truck or a van with a surfboard, I guess. Her wands are 2 walking sticks. Somebody's about to make a move. You could be leaving home. It's really all about a decision. Yeah, you missed the good stuff. The good stuff. All you gotta do is rewind, though, when you're ready, Carmen. But there's some good stuff coming. Good energy. Skirt, skirt. I know that's right. Bite. I'm sorry. Black Cherry and Carmen Bites said, what's up? All right, tell me more. Queen of Swords, okay. Super duper decision maker. Okay, this is all about closing them doors. She is about shutting out what does no longer, I can't even say it, does not serve her anymore. Okay, so if you're feeling like you're in that Queen of Swords energy where you are like, you know what, I have analyzed the situation. I'm using my wisdom. I'm using sound judgment. I'm head over heart right now because my heart will keep me in places I don't need to be in. But my head is saying, this ain't it no more. Let me cut that off. Cutting that off will help you gain what it is that you've been looking for. But you got to cut off that thing that's holding you back, whatever that is. Starting a tax business, card flipping, and damn that dude. Wondering where I'm heading. Ooh, oh, money blessings. Okay. Yeah, your real friends. All right, y'all. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, Nine of Swords. What is that? So we're going to clarify this. Nine of Swords is stressing. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. Spirit said this is what it is. In the hidden energy, there is a lot of worry, right? Sometimes when we got to close doors and we don't know exactly what the new thing is going to be, or the new person or the new business, not knowing creates a lot of anxiety. You got to not cry over it. You got to not be staying in a stressful mind frame. Why? Because it'll keep you stressed, right? You gotta have you gotta take a leap of faith, and you have to go joyfully and be grateful for what you do have when you do make that leap. It's a transition. It is not easy. That next step, it'll make you swallow hard. Like, okay, here goes it. You know what I mean? You don't know, but you do have to know, and that you have to have that faith deep within you that you're going to land on your feet and that you're going to be fine. Because stressing and anxiety and being anxious, none of that is helpful to your next journey. Like, it don't serve you. Okay. I hear you, that dude. I hear you, Ralph. Tell me more, Spirit. 5 of Cups. This is the challenge and the lesson. I'm sorry, no. Challenge and the lesson. The disappointment. Don't get stuck on disappointment. Okay? So the stuff that in the past is the past. Okay? You don't have to bring it into your future. The 5 of Cups is about disappointment. It's about crying over spilt milk. It's about having 5 cups, 3 spilled, but you still got 2 left, right? And if you focus on the 3 that spilled, you miss the fact that you have 2. And that's what Spirit is saying. You need to have an eye for the beauty and uncover the hidden charms. You should be more focused on what you have, that's that be grateful energy, than what you don't have. Because some things weren't meant to last. You know that analogy people talk about, some people are fair weather friends, some people are the tree roots, and some people are the tree leaves, and then them leaves do eventually fall away, right? Because the tree doesn't have the energy to hold on to those leaves. So the seasons change, those leaves fall away. Well, some people are fair weather friends. They change with the season. Some situations are fair weather. They change with the season. You got to let them go. And so don't be focused on, oh, I lost all my leaves, when you still can grow new ones. You know what I'm saying? Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. And you gotta be honest with yourself, and don't let nobody lie to you. Don't let nobody not tell you the truth or hide things from you. Don't let them lie to you. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Anybody, I just heard anybody, any weapon formed against you will not prosper. Any weapon formed against you will not prosper. That's what I heard. So, those that would take, that don't provide that reciprocal energy. You know, sometimes when we are in that 5 of Cup energy and we worry about what we don't have, sometimes we worry about what people have taken from us. When they are not grateful, when they are disrespectful, we worry about that. Spirit said, don't worry about that. Let them think they got what they got, because Spirit got the rest. Let me see, bottom of the deck. Yep. You just keep your boundaries up, okay? You stay persistent in your goals, your dreams, and you surround yourself, or I should say, cocoon yourself in your boundaries, right? Do not cross your boundaries to do more than you should, to worry about things you don't need to worry about. Let those doors close and focus on what you've learned. Each wand in the 7 of Wands is a lesson to give you wisdom, to give you guidance. You know what I'm saying? To help you navigate and protect yourself, right? So when you move on from them closed doors, don't keep looking back at them doors like, why I have to close the door? Why I have to close the door? Why? No, stop. No rumination on the past, because that's what keeps you stuck. When you stay, you could be in the past with somebody and still be moving on, and you bringing that energy with you. Just stop. You need a fresh perspective. You need to navigate those next places and spaces, right? No weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. You understand? Reason, season, or lifetime. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. So that's what the Spirit is saying. Like, yo, just them boundaries that you learn in your Queen of Swords energy that put your head over your heart are there. Are they meant to protect you? And the 7 of Wands is also about perseverance, right? Don't let go, or let go of the sight of what you need or what your goal is. Don't let go of that sight. You keep your eyes on the prize, right? Man, today I had the privilege and the honor to sit and listen to 2 artists speak today, right? I gotta tell y'all about that. And one artist was he's in his mid-30s. He's actually the animation teacher for my classes that I host for kids, 2D animation classes. And the other young man is only 23. Ooh, and I tell you, these brothers is deep. So one came from a spiritual perspective, about LGBTQ anthropology, okay, from way back. What that was like, how they were treated, and he did his research on that. And the other young man, he came from a different perspective of, how do I put this? I can't really explain how do I explain his art? His art was very esoteric. That's what I would say. Very deep, esoteric art. And he did basically all of it by pencil except for what he painted after, like as the final images. And he talked about his process. And what came up in the conversation today is permission. Permission. And they said, well, somebody said, how do you know when it's a final art? He said, when I say it's final. when I feel like it's done, right? And then the other artist said, yeah. So when you have to, at some point, you have to surrender and release it to the world as a final project. There's nothing else that you can do, or you could, but at some point in time, you surrender it. So what I'm hearing Spirit saying in that story is that you have to give yourself permission to release things. to surrender. You can't change everything. You understand? You can't fix everything. You can't make it perfect. Everything is not going to be perfect, but it can be. Life can be imperfectly perfect, right? You just have to accept some things that this is what they are, right? And if they're no longer for you, leave them where they are. You know, at some point in time, these artists, they all have like prices up for their art. So that means that someone could purchase them and they will have to literally release that art. Surrender it as done, undone, but whatever they call it, finished product, sold, right? They will have to surrender it. And sometimes we got to surrender what is not serving us so that it can no longer harm us in any way, right? All right. Ever, never, ever prosper. So this reading tonight is really not about other people. This is about you. This is about your energy, the passion that you bring to things. You know what I'm saying? What you believe in. Some of y'all are creatives. Some of y'all are artists in whatever it is that you do. You know, art is found in just about everything. So you take it how it resonates for you. But, you know, some of us are creatives in what we do. And we are very flexible. And some of us are a little moody. I'm just saying. But you have your heart and your passion in things. You believe in life. You believe in love. You believe in reciprocal energy. You believe in whatever I create, I make it's an extension of my love. All right, tell me more. Thanks for coming to the channel, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. All right, tell me more, Spirit. Thank you for coming. Oops. This whole deck want to come out. Tell me more. Somebody wants to go where their heart is. That's what I just saw. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Cups. Somebody wants to venture out to where their heart is. So there is something that's calling you, and it's a pull. It's a pull, but it's coming from your heart chakra. It's coming from your sacral chakra. It's coming from your creativity, and it's coming from your heart. Like all the other chakras line up, but this is like something that it just pulls you. I don't know what you meant to do, but you meant to do something. Tell me more. Tell me more, Spirit. Tanika, oh my God, what'd I say? Yep, moving on. You moving on. You picked your heart up. You put it in a little suitcase and you said, you know what? I got to get away from these things that ain't helping me. I found a direction I need to go in, and I am being pulled. Look at these birds pulling the boat across water. They could have been paddles pulling that. It could have been a person, rowing. No, it's being pulled to where it needs to land. This is the water Uber. So somebody is like, okay, made up their mind. I'm just gotta go where things make the sense for me, right? Where I feel safe, where I feel good. What I'm being called to do. Tell me more, Spirit. Never have I ever the water Uber. Yep. Ooh, Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, again. If you're focusing on any situations that harmed you in the past, any situations that didn't make you feel safe, any connections that you need to sever, Spirit saying it's okay. Don't stress over that. Let it go. I will say this to clarify, don't stress over that. Sometimes you got to process your emotions. Give yourself permission to do that, right? If it hurt, it hurt. If you were disappointed, it's okay. It's okay. You could be disappointed that it didn't work out in the way that you thought it would work out. Sometimes when it don't work out, it end up being better. But you got to see it like that. You got to see the benefit of releasing that. And they say about redirection or God's protection, right? You know what I'm saying? Or rejection or whatever. Yeah, and that's a true statement. Because sometimes you get rerouted right back on your path from a path that could have deviated you and wasted your time or already wasted your time. But you're getting off of that now. That's what Spirit's saying. You're getting off of that. All right, tell me more, Spirit. And thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. And what is that? Time to put that work in, though. Time to put that work in. That 8 of coins is when you're working on yourself. You're working on your projects. This is that energy that people don't see, right? This is that internal work or those private projects that you've been intently working on. Something like the artist, right? Until they got to the art show, very little people had been made aware of their talent or the extent of their talent, right? Many people had never seen their private pieces until they were willing to hang it on a wall, display it, have an opening, and have people talk to them and ask them questions about who are you? Why did you decide to make that? What is your reason, right? What was your mediums? You know? And interesting enough, in those situations, when you really put that energy into yourself, and people, you just never know because you're holding it for yourself. You never know just how many people can receive what it is that you have to offer. It's like you being polished. You know what I mean? You're being cleansed. You're being shaped so that you sparkle when you work on yourself. Tell me more. Oh, and then you on your way. Page of Pentacles. You get your new beginning. And this is the new beginning that requires the study. It's like a new job or a new school or a new business. It's the newness of it all. It's the freshman of it all. You know how when you've never been in this place before, but you have arrived now, and so you're at that precipice, that very beginning. That's what you're getting now. You know, you're going to learn a lot of lessons along the way, but you're the baby of it now because this is something you never did before. So whatever opportunities that are coming your way is something you never did before. But again, I'm going to go back to that destiny and fate thing. No one can't take this from you. Only person that can take that from you is you. Do not be discouraged by what people do. Don't let them deter you. I could have, for the nonprofit's sake, I could have hinged everything I was going to do on that potential partnership. And then when they said, oh, we can't do it, I could have been crushed, right? I wasn't, but I mean, it's possible that, you know, we do that sometimes. We put all our eggs in that basket with the high expectation that they'll solve this partnership or this situationship is going to solve all my problems. And then I, you know, don't have to do much. Like it's given 9 of cups. Don't have to be, but you know what I'm saying? Where we think somebody else is going to come in and save the day. They're not. They're not. And if people disappoint you on the way, you just got to be flexible. How can I do it without them? I mean, that's my motto. Maybe as the Gemini and me are a little hyper independent sometimes, like, fuck it. I'm going to get it done. Whether you are contributing or not contributing, I'm going to find a way. I will find a way, right? Well, sometimes y'all gonna have to hone in on that. That Queen of Swords here could be representing that Gemini energy of I'm gonna find a way. You know, I've been in situations where folks have disappointed me. I've been in situations where folks have let me down. So it gets a little easier for a Gemini, for a Queen of Swords energy to say, oh, well, all right, you can't do it. I'll figure out how I can do it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Bottom of the deck. Nine of Wands. You got to keep going. Spirit said you can't give up. You might have been through a lot, but you can't get up. What's up, Chrissy? You can't give up. There's no room for that. And when you fight through and you persevere, you win in the end, no matter what. But you can't give up. You get what I'm saying? Don't give up. Spirit said it is not an option. Giving up is not an option. You must persevere. Why? How you gonna see the outcome if you don't? That's the only way to get yourself through it, is to keep going through it. To keep on going. All right. This is some crazy, sexy, whatever this card the deck is. Give me more. What's going on, Chrissy? Christy, excuse me. We got notice the blessings. We got that too here. What is that? Looking. Have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charms. So notice the blessings. And it says, excuse me, gratitude puts us in I've been talking about gratitude the whole reading. Gratitude puts us in a position of having instead of wanting, thanking rather than complaining. When we focus on what we already have and take stock of our blessings, we get more blessings. What are you grateful for? Share it with yourself and others. Blessings. I got a video to share with y'all, so I don't know if how I'm gonna share it yet, but so now I will say this: Carmen told me to do this, but I wasn't on the channel, so I didn't do it. But I am collecting coats right now for people, and when I was collecting coats, I met a man who took the bus to get to us, and excuse me. He was looking for a 4X, which is something we wouldn't have had if the coats were there. We had up to a 2XL. So he could not find anything to fit him. And after a while, I kept looking. Even in the stores around us, there are no coats, y'all. Because I guess where I am in the world, it's just, there's no coats. There's jackets. They're getting ready for the spring, but there are no coats. And everybody was saying, yeah, I can't find a coat, can't find a coat, can't find a coat. So I purchased a coat for this man. And I want to say thank you to Black Cherry. And I want to say thank you to Carmen for donating. We were able to get him the jacket today. It arrived today. I had to order it and try it on. I was crossing my fingers, praying and everything that it would fit him. And it's interesting because he was willing to take the bus to where I was again and where he met me, but I don't live far from him. And then when he gave me his address and we arrived, he lived in an apartment building. And I happen to know what that building is because my father-in-law, who passed many years ago, he lived in another version of that building. And so this building is for elders and people who have disabilities that need a little bit more assistance. So I didn't know that we didn't know this man. I didn't know his background, but that building told me a lot more. And I'm so grateful that we were able to assist in getting him a coat. He couldn't find one. He was layering up with hoodies and he was cold. This thing got nice pockets. It got a nice hood. And he was really, really appreciative of receiving that coat. So I want to thank these ladies today. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all doing that. It was a blessing to be, a part of somebody's journey when they needed something, right? And literally, we're having a snowstorm tomorrow night, I think, or afternoon into the night. I don't know. But there's a blizzard coming. And so this was right on time. I hope he don't have to be outside and none of that. But if he is, he has a coat. He has a coat. We may even get, Black Cherry says she want to get some hat and gloves to him. We may even do that. So, but the thing is, we was able to touch a human by being human, by being also grateful. Because before I even got the donation, I just said, you know what? I really don't have it to spare, but I'm going to spare it because I got to do what I got to do. He need this coat. This man took buses to me. Buses. He didn't know what he was going to expect. He had been trying all the different agencies and no one had a coat. Then stores don't have a coat. Man. Whew. This year's been rough on a lot of people. So if you could just help one person with what you're doing in your life, if it just bless somebody, it's gonna bless you. It don't have to come back to you instantly or financially, but it will bless you to give. You know what I'm saying? It will bless you. And the more you do, the more, like, spirit not gonna tell you, okay, give all of the shirts off your back. But if you got something you can spare, do what you got to. We need each other in community. And it kind of like, it really hit me when I turned. He was like, oh, I live in an apartment building. I said, no problem. I'll call you when I arrive. And I saw the name of that building. I was like, oh, shit, this is the same type of building my father-in-law was in. So he probably has some sort of disability. Even more, more so why he needed a coat. All right, so let me move on, y'all. But it's just, man, we need each other, y'all. We need each other. We got to be grateful for each other. Exactly. Ain't that right, Bite? Amen. I shade and all that, Tanisha. Yes, Black Cherry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tell me more. And it says, embrace your sensitivity. Your sensitivity is the sacred gateway to your intuition. It's that special receptive radar that picks up on energy and signals. In fact, your sensitivity is one of your greatest assets and key to your survival. The more you connect with it, the more miracles and synchronicities you will attract. Yeah. You never know sometimes why you are in the places you're supposed to be or you end up being in. You never know. Until Spirit says, okay, let me show you why. This is why you're here. This is why you're needed. Tell me more, Spirit. Elevate your energy. Excuse me. Your thoughts are vibrations that attract positive or negative energy. Notice your current emotional state. Clear any negativity through conversation, movement, breath, work, prayer, meditation, and so on. Then guide your thoughts back to love and abundant possibilities. When you elevate your energy, you attract abundance, health, and prosperity into your life. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'll be doing that real soon. I mean, I'll do that anyway, but I feel like intentionally set aside some time to meditate. I haven't talked about this in a long time. But if you can find one, and you can find it on YouTube, but if you can find one for yourself, there's a meditation exercise called Yoga Nidra, right? And with Yoga Nidra, it's a guided meditation. I personally, with my mind that don't shut off sometimes, I need a guided meditation. And with Yoga Nidra, it focuses on your body parts, but each meditation could be designed differently. So you take it how it resonates. But there is one that I would listen to on YouTube, and I will say that the person has on a very bright blue outfit. Whatever that outfit is very bright, like a royal blue. So that's the one I watch. It's usually up at the top as soon as you put in Yoga Nidra. And Nidra is Nidra. Anyway, that guided meditation helps soothe your nervous system. It calms you down. It helps you focus on your body parts, healing your body parts. But also what they're saying, what this particular card is saying, when you elevate your energy and you become grateful, right? You also bring in a flow of abundance in. So your thoughts need to come back to love and abundant possibilities. right? Stop thinking about the glass half full and really, really honestly thinking about, I mean, not half full, I'm sorry, half empty, and really think about it being half full. Take what you need, right? Not being greedy, not feeling depleted, or how's that put it impoverished. Keep your thoughts on a higher level. And when your thoughts divert back to lack, return them thoughts back to abundance and love. Uh-oh, about to. Thank you, Black Cherry. Tell me more. Be a be a natural beauty. Hold on, y'all. I'm fucking with my throat chakra. Your entire body is precious. So choose personal care products that reflect your consciousness and commitment to self-love. Say no to toxins and yes to the healthiest ingredients possible. You deserve to look and feel great, and you are worth the effort. Be a natural beauty. I don't know why I gotta tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you that this specifically. I'm mentioning this regarding black women. There is even another study regarding our black hair care products that recently came out. It looks like a white paper, so it looks like it's peer reviewed and scientific, what you call it, experiments or whatever, were done and conducted, because the synthetic hairs that we have been using to make our braided designs and stuff like that have even more toxins in it than first reported. And these studies came out, it looks like it was, I want to say, late 2025. I shared it on one of my business pages, but and the young lady thanked me for sharing it, because we need to be careful what we're putting into our bodies. As we know right now, our food system is trash. You know, from the way it's grown, GMOs, to the other biomechanical, medical, engineering, whatever crap they put in it, right? We know that if they're going to affect us in our food, they're going to affect us in our products. So, stay away from those things that have all that extra ingredients you can't even read and understand, and get back to the basics to treat your body better. I'll be honest with you, I don't use anything but black soap, African black soap, shea butter for the most part, and maybe body oils. I really don't play around with a whole bunch of toxins, and I try to find products that minimize that, because your skin is your largest organ. It covers your body, but it absorbs everything. So I'm telling you that I use this here. I don't get no sponsorship for that. So I use that when I'm sitting here and I want to put some lotion on my hands while I'm reading these cards. Just be conscious of what you're putting in and on your body, y'all. That's the message from Spirit. You have to be selective in that for yourself, but be very conscious of what you're putting on your body. Tell me more, Spirit. Dance. Says kick up your cute heels and love your glorious body. Spiritual's talking about your body. Feel the music and let loose. Sweat your prayers and twirl into your intentions. Every cell in your body will rejoice. Exercise is important to your well-being, as healthy eating and processing your stress and emotions. You can shake a tail feather alone, with friends, or with a passionate partner. Dance your gorgeous heart out. So Spirit's saying get busy and move your body, y'all. I'm going to take that as me too. Get busy and let's move our bodies. That's why I want to do some house music tonight. Give each other space. This is the bottom of the deck. Sometimes it's hard to work out our differences when we don't have enough space. So take a step back to create room for authentic conversations. Perhaps you need to consult with a therapist to guide you through the emotional thicket, Or maybe you just need some new tools for healthy communication. Whatever it is, don't try to fix it right now. Give each other space. Now that's clarified bottom of the deck. So that could also mean close them doors. You know, when you give each other space, you could just move on. If it's meant to be for y'all to be together, then all those involved will do what's necessary. Spirit will move that back together if it's meant to be. But sometimes you need room to grow and they need room to grow. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. All right. And then we're going to do one Akashic. No, I'm sorry. What is this called? Cosmic record. I always want to call it Akashic because it looks the same from the same people. All right. Give me one card on this cosmic record. And we're done. Oh. All right, so it says the lighthouse beams weakens, hinting that a relationship in your life is waning. The universe urges you to notice this change and adjust your attitude or actions early to prevent a bigger rift. So some of y'all are going through. There's a relationship in your life that, you know, whatever the connection is that was bringing you, that's pulling you. 'Cause you notice that the Six of Swords was about being pulled in a direction. Well, some relationships are being pulled apart. And there's some people that's not doing enough to keep it together. So if that is you, Spirit is saying notice that change and adjust your attitude and actions early to prevent a bigger rift. Sometimes you do need to close a door. You need to step away. You need to move on, right? But there's still an opportunity that it could potentially not be over. Yet, if you do nothing, this basically Spirit is saying that rift becomes permanent, right? So you take it out of resonate. If you're leaving a situation and it's permanent for you, then that rift is needed. That is what it is. If you are in a situation where you don't really want that to be permanent, then Spirit said you have to adjust your actions and your attitude to prevent that. And that's a you thing. So you gotta take it how it resonates and put it where it fit. Because again, if you don't want it, you are gonna Queen of Swords somebody, and that's 9 times out of 10, it's going to be permanent. And for others, they're gonna be left behind. If they can't see the signal, they can't see the light, they're not gonna be able to reach the shore. You know, that's the bottom of this deck. But yeah, self-mistrust, self-doubting holds you back from progress. Don't let fear dictate your future. You have the ability to break through these obstacles. Now's the time to free yourself and move toward your goal. So this is what Spirit has been saying all night. It's time. You know, get out of that self-doubt. Get out of that anxious and anxiety energy. What you anxious for? You got to believe that it's meant for you and you deserve it. Get out of that energy. It is not going to serve you. That self-mistrust puts you in a position where you worried about things that you don't need to worry about. You're supposed to focus on you. You're supposed to be believing in what you're doing, right? If you're moving to where your heart is, right? That love and abundance should be guiding you. That gratitude should be what's guiding you. And if it is what's guiding you, let go of that fear. Let go of fear. Step into where you belong and what you belong doing. And leave that fear aside. Cast that fear aside. That is not helpful energy at all. And it's simple to say, I know, right? But it's a lot of work to sometimes to redirect your mind. You know what I'm saying? To cast some things aside. It is a challenge. It really is a challenge. But it can be done. It could be overcome. All right, that persistent Spirit said pays off. That 9 of Wands, that energy, that persistence, that belief, that effort, it will pay off. You just got to keep it up, you know. So take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. It's okay, y'all. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If it's not, it's not. I appreciate y'all. I guess I'm ahead. Listen, I don't think we going anywhere in my area on Sunday. So I hope to be here on live Sunday. Also, probably Monday too. Shit. I don't think I got anything planned Monday. My Tuesday gonna be crazy. So yeah, the next 2 days, the goal is to be here and earlier. So I'm gonna bid y'all adieu for now, but I appreciate you. Thank you, Tanisha. Appreciate you. Thank you, Bye. Thank you, Black Cherry. Thank you, Tanika, Christy, Carmen. Oh, that dude, he gone. I know that. But thank you all for coming. I do. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to bid y'all adieu. In the meantime, peace and good night.